right, Public Works Commissioners meeting. When is the date? The 15th?
January
14th.
1/14th, yeah.
6:01 p.m. In attendance, Kevin Cleary, Ken Layler, Joe Iannone, and Dave Cook for commissioners.
Mark Gloria.
Is there anyone like to speak in a public forum?
Public forum speakers? Or what?
Public
None.
The sign.
All right, we have the minutes from December 10th.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 10th as written.
Second that motion?
Right here.
We have a motion and second. Is any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, nice paper.
Yeah, very thick. We'll get new paper.
Nothing but the best for you guys.
Wow, it's like
Yeah.
Desk over there.
high quality.
Presentation quality.
You look good.
All right, we got a few things. I'll start with this one. We have abatement for 11 Glenwood Street. Abatement of sewer for $4,631.94. They just hooked up the sewer on June 4th. Should have been a minimum bill of 374 units. So they got charged all their water usage, not just since they hooked up on June 4th.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Simple. Happens. All right, so entertain a motion for that abatement.
Any others? Or, yeah, just
To accept,
That's the only water sewer.
okay.
make a motion to accept the abatement as read.
Second?
Motion is second. Any further discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I signed all of them.
Okay. Just in case. Whatever.
Just one?
That's only water and sewer. We'll do the. We got some trash stuff. Wow. So this is a trash abatement. Yes. This is all the same, just multiple copies. All right. So we got trash abatement. 44 Harvard Street. 21750 return toters. 151 Warren Ave. 21750 return toters. No. Yes. Plus a senior discount. 5 Front Street. 21750 return toters. 64 Dyer Ave. 21750 return toters. 208 South Ave. 21750 return toters. Mike 809 Washington. 217 return toters. 188 Alden.
This is 12.
Same thing, return toters.
12, not one.
560 Pine Street.
That's when it was put in.
Okay.
21750 return toters. 72 Whitting Ave. Same thing. 123 Westwood Drive. Return toters 192.50. 10 Terry Road. Return toters 217.50. 179 Oakland Street. $870 return toters. That would have been a multi.
Three family, yeah.
Wow.
Three sets of barrels or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 800. No, it's
45 Paul Street, senior discount. 52 Russell Road, senior discounts. 255 Alden Street, 21750 return toters. And looks like these are all the same. It's just multiple. Okay. For a grand total of 3,000. I'm not sure I have it right here. $3,312.50. So I will entertain.
Motion to accept.
Is this a normal every year? This is more, or are we getting more people returning? Do you see?
No, because of the
You see more this year?
Guys, I didn't want to interrupt. And so it's just the mass exodus. This is more than usual because of the fee rate went up.
Yeah, it went up so high.
So a lot of people will call and then coming off. Yeah, but we have a deadline, so the deadline is passed now, so there won't be any more. Like, if somebody wants to come off the town trash now,
Yeah.
we don't allow it.
Okay.
So they're paying for the year. They may come off June 30th.
Right.
But it doesn't make any sense for us to come get the cards unless they insist on it.
Yeah.
But they're gonna pay for the full year.
Okay.
So we give them up to, I believe, January 8th.
Interesting.
15th. So we give them up to this week
Yeah.
to come off. And then anything after that, we'll just, if they say they want to come off, we'll tell them, well, you're paying for the year.
Okay.
So you might as well keep them for June.
Might as well keep it, right?
Got it.
There's no abatement. Yeah, it does seem like a few more than normal, but.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin.
No, that's right. No, ask questions.
Get your own dumpster.
I mean, some people it could be
Is
cheaper.
that right?
We already
Yeah, you get to sign.
approve it? Or no?
Well, I started.
Yeah, we did.
I need a second.
So you need.
Who wants a second?
Oh, we just made a motion?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't have any motion.
All right, so we have a motion. Do we have a second on the trash abatements?
Second?
Or,
That Dave already made.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
We got a couple of commitments. 155 Washington Street. It says abatement though. So this says commitment, but this says abatement.
I don't do the trash one, so I'm not sure.
And then, yeah, the heading says commitment, but the column says abatements.
Is that someone coming on so they abated half the year?
I guess, I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's got the information, the address, it doesn't say what the, it doesn't have like that one where, return toters.
She told me this was she told me that this was just the town's copy of this. These aren't on here.
How much is it for?
Yeah, I'm confused, yeah. It's got, I guess it's got commitments and abatements. So it's got 155 Washington Street, looks like it's got a $435. Well, 435 is the fee, right?
That's the whole year.
That's the whole year.
Yeah.
So it looks to me like they're coming off,
Or they,
It's just, this says commitment.
right,
And it even says, where we signed, the above trash commitment was voted and approved by the Board of Commissioners in the amount of $870. So that would be two people with the full fee. I'm confused.
and then is there one to abate half the fee? Or no?
There's an abatement value?
There's a one.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a trash bill $870, trash abatements $471.25. For a net $398. I don't.
Can we make a additional motion?
Well, I don't know what to. It looks like it's a commitment of $870, so they didn't get a bill last year, or didn't get a bill this year.
I don't know.
Maybe we just-
I thought they were
Table
all
it.
abatements, and when she handed me this afternoon, she told me this was just the town hall's version of the abatements. It looks like we just are looking to vote to make an abatement of a total of $398 for those two properties.
Right, but the paperwork says a commitment of $870 that we would sign. So, I'm gonna ask the table this.
Yeah.
That's fine. The only thing I can think of is they weren't on trash before and we have to bill them the full year and then abate half the year. That makes
I
a
think
little
that's
bit of
what
sense,
it.
But I'm not.
Well, maybe.
100%
I think that's what it looks like, but the paperwork with our signatures just says an $870 commitment. So,
So we'll take
unless.
it
Can I have that one? Unless they were on this one.
Oh, maybe it was in there. Okay. Could be. Too close to.
Well, I mean, it did them separate, so.
There must be a reason why it's separate then, right? Did it come in late? after she,
It's a commitment and an abatement because
it's gonna be separate than that.
what's the trash bill? What's the date start?
435,
Well, it's 4/35, but what's the date the year starts?
July 1st.
Right. So these people didn't. The way I read this is they didn't get a bill, or maybe just started now, so they don't have to pay 435. They only got to pay something less. You're going to charge them 435, then abate the difference.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that this just has an $870 commitment, and then we have like a summary letter.
It would be good if there was notes on there, but there's no
Yeah.
notes. We might have to table it for next.
I think because I would expect to see kind of a form like this with a $471.25 abatement, just like we did. Right now, we'd be signing just to charge.
And they're not on the abatement sheet that you have.
They were not on that list.
Oh,
No.
that's why it's additional. So,
Trash fee. Yeah, if you can just ask her to
We were sure so we could
clarify. I think that's exactly that. That they're new. They didn't get a bill. They're now getting a bill, but it's only half the year. So they're billing the full year, abating the half. But I don't want to do that, and then someone charges them the $870, and then we'll be back. So we'll table that. Tip project.
The project, so we have, Gerald, Benny, and, I'm sorry, Jason. Jason is here tonight to give us an update on where we stand, with the tip project.
need somebody with a tech. This one says return. This looks like power.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, we tried turning the TV on to see what it looked like.
There you go.
You have to hold it just the right amount of time. Oh, you got your.
This is our first official use of the
Is it?
first official
Oh,
use at a
honored.
commissioners meeting using the TV. You should be
Breaking it in.
privileged. I don't know what you mean.
Ooh!
Wow.
The biggest TV screen we had.
Should we try to roll out the roll plan too, or should we keep it at with the screen
Yeah,
for
let's
now?
stick with this for now, and then
Okay.
we'll,
Yeah.
if we need
We'll do that.
it's pretty good. I got the best seat now.
You do?
I used to get the worst seat, but now I got the best seat.
Yeah, we went back and forth. We were
I don't
doing
even
this.
need glasses with that screen. Look at.
We knew we wanted the table here, and we're like, well, do we put the TV there? But then anybody in the meeting is doing this. It works for all of us, so it ended up here. Whatever.
AEOIP.
It's good resolution. Look at the detail on the logo.
Got my eye test. I passed.
Front HDMI, yeah.
Oh.
Where's it? Oh, it
there it
moved.
is.
It moved.
Oh, perfect.
It moved.
There you go.
Success. I'm going to do the keyboard instead.
Okay.
Clicker.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
60.
Okay, so we're just going to give you an update on where things are at with the South Ave tip project. Just to, some of these slides were at the beginning are just a reminder, a refresher memory on what this project was all about. So we're looking to rehabilitate 1.1 miles of South Ave from Dyer Ave down to Plymouth Street, with the goals of providing safe accommodations for all users, not just the motorists, but also the pedestrians and bikers, trying to encourage more of those kind of alternative modes of transportation, especially where they connect to the transit station. And speaking of the transit station, lots of connectivity opportunities in this project between commuter rail station, the parks to the north, the elementary school, as well as obviously all the residential neighborhoods, and connecting all those destinations together along a roadway that is already pretty wide and has a lot of space to offer. There is a crash history in this area that makes it significant, the project significant, that is. And a lot of opportunities for improvements, certainly at the intersection of South and Pleasant and Franklin, where we have extra intersections because of the configuration, where we're really faced with excess pavement areas, lack of delineation for motorists. It's just kind of a confusing place to travel through for motorists that aren't used to it. And these skewed maneuvers, especially as you connect from Pleasant onto westbound South Ave, where you have to really look sharp over your left shoulder to see if there's a car coming, because of the skewed nature of the intersection. All things that we are looking to improve. Because of the excess space in some of these areas, the crossing distances are longer. Motorists exposing pedestrians to motorists longer than they really should be, ideally. Also, it creates more of a vehicle-centric kind of a setting where vehicles can kind of fly along the corridor. That feeling of openness certainly does not encourage one to slow down. Instead, they travel fast, and the area as a whole could use some improved accommodations for all those alternative modes of transportation. So previously we had looked into what the vision of the project was and really achieving a good balance that works for the town of Whitman as far as providing those multimodal accommodations, improving safety, also promoting economic vitality, and creating a sense of place in this area. So we spoke about the TIP program, as you all know all too well. It is a lengthy process to go through, and you're in the midst of it now. So basically, this is a project timeline on where we are at with things. You can see the arrow, the little red arrow there is where we're currently at. So far, we've gone through a lot of steps in getting the project started with the state, getting it recognized by the state as a project, starting with the project initiation process, getting project approval through the PRC Project Review Committee at Mass DOT. That's when we got a project number, so making it all real. And then meetings with Board of Selectmen and OCPC on the project, meetings with Mass DOT, whether it be smaller groups or larger groups of Mass DOT during that process. We had originally identified what we thought would be the preferred concept in advance of meeting with Mass DOT. We've since heard back from them on what their thoughts are, and we'll get into that right now. So moving forward, right now we're still in developing those alternatives before we get into the pre-25% design phase. This is a phase that Mass DOT added a few years ago, in advance of the actual 25% design phase, then the 7,500 final PS&E. At this point in time, we're anticipating a construction timeline sometime after July 2030. Originally, the concept that we had discussed or had identified came from going through the engineering standards, as well as discussions with select people at Mass DOT, and we anticipated a cross-section similar to this, where we were looking at maintaining travel lane in each direction, in this case 11-foot wide, with a bicycle lane, 5-foot bike lane in road adjacent to that adjacent to the motorist, and then sidewalks on each side of the street. Trying to find places where we could include some greenscape, as well as a place to put utility poles. I will say for Mass DOT TIP projects, they do not like to have utility poles anywhere within the sidewalk. So what they sometimes do is they push the utility poles to the back edge of sidewalk. What we try to do when we're doing these sorts of projects is to watch out for easements, because the town is responsible for easements in the TIP process. Just a reminder, town is responsible for the design and the right-of-way process. The state will pay for all the construction and the construction oversight. So that's where the line is. So again, since the town is responsible for right-of-way, we want to watch out where those utility poles land, because of aerial infringement. So if you've got utility poles back of sidewalk, you've got overhead wires, you've got to make sure that there is enough space horizontally for those overhead wires. So that would be a permanent utility easement. So by pushing the utility poles in a grass strip, say between a sidewalk and a roadway, it's away from that property line.
What's the most, so as far as safety and liability, whose liability it is about the placement? So if something occurred, car hits it, goes over, kills somebody, who's ultimate? Is that the town responsibility? The liability goes with the town?
I mean, if somebody flies off the curb, flies off the road over a curb and hits
the pole,
hits a
causes some
utility
damage.
pole.
Yeah.
I mean, I do not. I'm no lawyer, but it's.
In other words, is the placement of the pole our responsibility if we get it wrong?
I think if you have a pole, utility pole in a roadway without any protection whatsoever, as you sometimes see when there's a project and you're waiting for them to move the pole.
Correct.
I don't know who would be liable at that point. In my mind, that's a safety hazard. If you put a utility pole in a conventional location, like on a sidewalk or behind a curb of some sort, then things happen. There's no way that you would be held liable.
Yeah, I would say as long as it's meet the standard
Yeah.
for the placement of that,
Right.
the town shouldn't be liable on that. And also the pole itself is supposed to be owned by the utility company, not by the town.
Right.
So if anything, you go to the utility company first, because the final location of the utility pole is
Has to be
really
approved by
is really designed by the utility pole company.
Okay.
Yeah, because we just kind of, the way that we show the pole is the kind of potential locations.
Right.
As far as the final location where it's going to be is going to be designed by the utility company.
Okay.
But Mass DOT does have requirements as far as the offset from the gutter line of the roadway
Right.
to the face of the curb.
From the face of the curb.
From the face of the curb to the face of the pole. That tends to be a little bit more conservative, as you would expect from Mass DOT.
Yeah.
So they would probably shift it in further than, say, typically might be done for most municipalities. But then again, I don't see municipalities getting sued because somebody flew off the roadway. You know what I mean? That would be unfair.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the town isn't liable at all.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like it is.
Well, I mean, if I'm no lawyer, but if it's installed in a place that follows standards, it's at some point, why did the motorists fly off the roadway? But the case of the construction where the utility pole's in the road, I don't know about that one. I don't know where that would end up in
You
court.
see a lot.
I just had a question I never thought of. The first review was you show about a 26 foot wide roadway to the end of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Do we have that legally right now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
the right of way.
We've been
Looks skinny in some areas.
We've been looking closely at that. So one of the
Okay.
things that we have now also, which was not on the timeline, was we got a survey and all that, so we know where the right of way is.
Yeah.
So we'll have that. We're looking closely at that. But
Okay.
when it comes to those utility poles, the reason I bring it up is Mass DOT just has. It's not from a safety perspective that they don't want it in the sidewalk. They just don't. What is the official reason? Is for plowing purposes? Which don't get me wrong, that's better for plow.
I mean, one of them they want to
But-
have a clear, clear path for plowing, also for like walking too.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean it is. If it's there, the right of way is not a problem. Definite. I do with everything put on the side behind the sidewalk, so everything will be clear on the sidewalk.
Right.
But in reality, something's not always the case.
That was my only thought. Back here, as I break things, it's
Getting
I didn't know if we had that
somebody's
everywhere.
yard. Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that building you showed by the train station,
Yeah.
the recycle place.
We definitely obviously have to always follow ADA as far as the clearances, right, to make sure there's adequate clearance. But in Mass DOT's mind, even if you have like a wider sidewalk, like, but the pole falls within that. Well, no, you got to move the pole. It's a very rigid. So these grass strips are things that we try to use to your benefit. Anyway, in any case, so this is what we came up originally, and this seemed to pass the test with a representative at district office that we were speaking with. However, in speaking with the Complete Streets unit at MassDOT in Boston, we were asked to follow this standard, which was the potential for biking. And along the western portion of the project, there is a high potential for biking and a medium potential on the eastern side, certainly because of the train station. So as a result, the rules kind of changed a little bit, and they want to have more separated bicycle facilities. So the previous concept that we were looking at with the in-road bike facility would require some sort of separation, perhaps flexible bollards and a buffered striped, buffer. So we switched gears a little bit and came up with a couple other alternatives that we want to run through with you tonight. So this one here includes the notion of shifting those bike lanes to be separated bike lanes. So separated bike lanes are bike lanes that have some sort of form of separation. In this case, it would be vertical granite curbing, which would raise the bicyclist to the elevation of the sidewalk. Sometimes you might see some of these raised bike lanes at a different height, somewhere between the height of the roadway and the height of the sidewalk. Of course, then you might say, well, gee, how do I plow that, right?
I was thinking of that. Yeah.
So we thought that this would be a better compromise, having it at least the same elevation. Traditionally, there's some sort of a buffer between the bike zone and the pedestrian zone. In this case, we're showing a 1 foot strip of cobbles, but there could be an alternate treatment that would be installed there of some sort that visually separates the pedestrian from the bicyclist.
Is it a requirement to have something there more than just pavement markings?
Is it a requirement? I think they would probably want something that would be textured. I'm not 100% sure what Mass DOT would allow in that instance, because it doesn't have to be cobbles either. It could be a different surface material that had visibly different. I think the benefit of having something with the texture is the ADA element and the visually impaired element of having something that tells a visually impaired person that, hey, stay on the side of the walkway and don't meander into a bike lane. So I think
Tell you, for instance, after the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the material as well too.
Different departments fighting
Oh, really?
over this exact
Okay. Well.
the delineation between the bike path and the sidewalk at the same
Right.
elevation.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus some maintenance too.
Yeah.
Some type of rumble strip obviously makes it a challenge for
Getting into that.
whoever's in
You're
the
still in
sidewalk
our
plow.
thunder.
Whoever's in the sidewalk plow. So that's why I kind of ask them what the
Yeah.
Right.
And I will say in these slides here, what we have is we have two glimpses of what that concept would look like, somewhere on the western side of the project, somewhere on the eastern side. So on the western side by the commuter rail station, on the eastern side near Regal Street in the elementary school. So you can kind of see how that lays out. Looking at this, you can see there's a lot of hardscape here. So.
I was gonna say they don't like the pervious center section
Yeah.
of grass.
You could do pervious pavement in the bike lanes if you
Oh, I
wanted to,
wasn't
but then you have to
suggesting- no,
back
no.
truck it out.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
The green. But,
Yeah, agreed. No, I know. That would be
That
nice.
much
different
Green.
department, right?
Yeah.
doing the exact
So
same thing.
you mean this?
I'll show you pictures.
Oh,
So, all right. So this is another alternative with using a shared use path. So with this scenario, there would be a shared use path on the southern side of the road, the side of the road with the commuter rail station, that would allow for two directional bikes and pedestrians on that side. So it'd have a great connection to the commuter rail station. And there would be a grass separation between the separated bike lane, between the shared use path and the roadway. And as you can see, it would allow for that green space would provide benefits where we could provide street trees on that eastern side there, where we don't have utility poles on that side of the road. Utility poles kind of flip-flop where they are. In this scenario, we would have a sidewalk on the other side of the street that may have a grass strip as well. And that grass strip is more available on the eastern end, but we're also able to do it in a decent area on the western end as well. So that's kind of like some of the perks of this alternative.
So this tends to be more safe also for the bike user, right? Because they got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The separate bike lanes are safe. The first alternative is safe as well.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I don't love about the separate bike lanes is the cyclists are traveling adjacent to a curb, vertical granite curb. If they were to lose their bearing and fall off, that would be a problem.
But there's only a 50% chance, in other words, a traffic speed, the car's going, truck, whatever, going one way, there's only a 50% chance that's going to veer over to the bike
Yeah.
lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the other ones, generally is not, it's going the other way.
Yeah.
There's no closeness except for the pedestrian walking.
Right.
It just seems to be a better safety
Yeah.
because it's isolated.
I'm a fan of shared use paths.
Seems to be.
Yeah, it feels more comfortable.
Yeah.
And especially when you provide the like street trees and things like that, aside from them being aesthetically pleasing, they also do provide some degree of traffic calming as well. That feeling of wide
Correct.
pavement has been reduced. Also, with this scenario, you'll notice where the utility poles are located. That's these ones here. They're within the green space.
Yeah.
So there's a benefit to that as well. We do show over here these street lights within the sidewalk.
Sure.
So, but the sidewalk width is a bit wider, so we might be able to make that a green space in order to get Mass DOT to see the light on, allowing those in.
Could you have lights on the bike path? I mean, what are they're just dealing with what they can for lights, right?
You could.
Or could you put lights?
You
I mean, it's only a mile.
Depends on the space.
Mass DOT.
It looks like you have space. It looks like you have space for lights anyways. I mean, at least they have a path they can see.
They are allowing
More money.
Yeah, it is more money.
Everything's more money, I know.
But
Yeah.
the state is
it's a
allowing
mile-
ornamental light. I'm not suggesting this, but I'm bringing it up. The state is allowing ornamental lighting now on tip projects.
Good.
Like
Yeah.
3-4 years ago, they weren't, but now they are.
Excellent.
So
Yeah, so I mean the lighting itself, it will be just on the downtown area.
Right.
yeah,
That, I mean, and also
Correct.
the other
by the community rail
the other
station.
rule that they need is like they need to have like a 2-foot clearance
Okay.
from the edge of the shared use path
Yeah.
to any vertical objects.
Okay.
So that means on the downtown area for the slides on the left hand side. So if there's a room that we have a utility pole, anything in between the utility pole, then we have room. Then we can put a street light on that on both sides too. Yeah.
So on the utility, can you put a light on the utility?
Well, I mean, in MassDOT they don't like anything object mounted on the utility pole.
They do not.
They do not like
They
it.
don't own
And
it.
also, you don't want it to the point if you're gonna pay for the ornamental light. Why it would be much better on the
Okay.
separate poles itself, and also especially on the left, on the one on the left. That's why I say the light we'll be proposing some street lights on between the pole itself.
Right.
So we're gonna have like some lighting design, make sure the lighting will be adequate for both pedestrian and
Yeah, it would be nice to know how much the cost would be. Again, it's only
Yeah.
1.1 miles. It's only even that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because it's only a short. It's half of that probably, right?
Oh yeah, it's only half of it. So
Exactly.
so it's not going to be entire
Probably not gonna be that
corridor will
much.
be that. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Master will be allowed. Definitely, Master will pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they already look at the
Would
original
they-
scheme.
They'd pay for what? You're saying
The lighting.
lighting throughout the entire 1
No,
mile?
just the
The
downtown.
downtown.
The downtown, yeah.
Just the downtown area. Just the downtown
From
area.
the-
That will be
I
okay.
agree. They'll pay
Causeway
for
and
downtown.
probably
yeah,
Franklin
yeah.
Street, right?
Yeah.
My
The
guess
rest
is
To
is-
Franklin Street, yep.
Yeah.
And anything to be
Perfect.
beyond that,
It's perfect.
definitely they don't want to want the lights.
That's all
in
you want
the-
anyway.
the
Yes.
residents.
Yeah,
Right,
when the
right,
residents
right.
they want to be a light up.
A lot of people are going to use a train. I That's a
Yeah.
whole-
Yeah.
That's a whole,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why this is a great
Purpose.
project.
Yeah, it is. And also for the shared use, when we put in a shared use path, which is kind of better for the school as well too. All the small
Sure.
kids that are separated, they can widen this shared use path with a big separation instead
Correct.
of on roadway.
Yeah.
So this
So-
is kind of a big promotion for school kids, like if they have to ride their bike to school.
Yeah.
So
kind of
what
that too.
we would probably want to, at the Regal Street intersection, maybe consider RFBs, the rectangular rapid flash
Oh, yeah.
beacons or something like that
Yeah.
to really pronounce that crossing there.
Yeah,
especially.
any report crossing that we will be looking at RFFB, but definitely there's some
That's the
yeah,
evaluations.
there's an evaluation, make sure it meets the requirement for that, but
Right.
definitely we'll look into that. If something that you meet the requirement, we'll be putting a RFB. Yeah, especially on the school crossing. I'm not sure if the town, if you're okay to put like even a raised crosswalk at that intersection. If something that if
So the
you
only
look into,
added
okay?
cost would be electricity usage for those ornamental lights.
Yeah, only the town will pay
Long
for
term,
later on.
yeah.
The long
Yeah.
run will be electricity.
I get it.
For that,
Yeah,
but it will be kind of maintenance or any maintenance and then
Okay.
So,
LEDs.
but it will be that will be much
Minimal.
It would look
It will look much
symmetrical
better.
as well,
Yeah,
to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
agreed.
Mhm. I mean the reason that we didn't show the light on the pole on the triple sense because we cannot show both.
Right.
It will be either pole or light.
It's either or.
Yeah, it's either or. So that's why we show the pole just for this discussion purpose of that.
We have the width.
We were looking at a raised, like, it shows there a raised textured intersection in Rainer itself, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is we just show like I mean, you can do either ways or just a texture pavement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things they may not have two raised intersections so close to each other,
Right.
but at least it will be like texture pavement so they can
Yeah.
identify
Kinda
this is the hot
create-
center.
Either one, I
Creating
think
it
it's a
as
great
a
idea.
gateway.
Yeah.
Either one.
But
Yeah.
but I would say maybe the school entrance that the Regal Street maybe can do like a raised crosswalk.
Yeah.
So that one will
They're
be
not-
coming out. I mean,
They're
depends.
not requiring raised crosswalks.
Oh yes, it's not required, but
At-
just
at all side
sometimes
streets.
depends. Yeah.
No.
No, not the side street, just the crossing, the main crossing.
They're-
So
they're
when
not
it comes
required.
in,
City's new thing.
Yeah.
If you need it,
If you need it.
if it makes sense, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good traffic calming device.
so they'll kind of coming
But-
down to so that's
Yeah.
it's just some detail we can
And we have the width
Do the
in any of
design.
these scenarios. We have the width. Beat you to
Sort
it.
of.
Sort of. Okay. am I looking at
We're getting into it.
How's that
You
for
can
a
tell.
definitive answer?
Nice segue.
yeah, no segue. Yeah.
So, looking at pros and cons for the two alternatives. So, alternative one, separate bike lanes. Okay, great. You got bike lanes on both sides of the road. So, if there are side streets tapping in, they can travel in that direction. Of course, they would have to cross over to get to the other direction. But yes, that would require land taking. So, it's a bigger footprint than the second alternative is. Shared use path, when you're sharing the space between peds and bikes, it's more efficient, right?
Yeah.
And feels like you're getting more out of it too with the green space, quite honestly. But more cons on alternative one, utility easements. Assuming those utility poles would have to go at the back edge of sidewalk, you'd be dealing with overhead infringement along one side of the roadway. There'd be less buffer between the bikes and the vehicular traffic. Also, designing each driveway would be a little unique in that we would have to probably lower the grade of the separated bike lane down to the driveway elevation. Because traditionally, with a traditional driveway, you know, it slopes up right in that
Yeah.
vicinity.
Yeah.
Now we've got a bike lane right there. So we'd have to transition everyone down the 6 inches to cross through. And the cobblestone maintenance that you were talking about a moment ago. So alternative two, which you can't see the label for some reason on this, but
Oh, it's blocked by the.
yeah,
Okay, so
the shared use path. We'll have to remember that for next time.
Yeah.
So the shared use path alternative, overall smaller footprint, better from a right of way standpoint, more green space, tree planting, gives you a space to put the utility poles to minimize those easements, and it would be directly adjacent to the MBTA station. The con, it would be that if for any cyclist anybody approaching, well, a cyclist wanting to travel along south, they would have to cross the street. If they're coming from the northern side, that is, they'd have to cross over to get to the southern side.
Yeah, and then the transitions back to the rest of the town.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah, so-
something like.
Yeah, because down in Plymouth, where it's the start of the road, so that's
Yeah,
easy.
so it's
That's
something
an
we
easy
need to.
one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and down the other end, however, yes, we
Yeah.
would be transitioning
creative.
one direction. The westbound direction would have to go from the southern side of the road
Yeah.
to the northern side.
Would you still say there was better safety on option 2 though? Because it just seems like there's better safety for the bicyclist because there's separation, there's further separation, and there's only a half a chance that versus the full side, you got traffic going both ways. Somebody could
The bike and pedestrian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
that's a
That's true.
Yeah,
Even
I would
from-
say safer.
From like a just a level of comfort for biking
I would think so.
perspective,
Mhm.
like
And
having that buffer
young
there.
kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
so
young kids, yeah.
for
You know,
yeah,
don't
kids
always
coming
make
up.
the
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would say
on the other side,
definitely
just,
from a comfort
Yeah.
standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what we want.
Yep.
Alternative 2 feels more
Right.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Looks pretty.
And also, this one is
Seems
like
like top
in
horse.
Boston, like
Like
so
that
many
top horse.
bike and ped at the same time.
Exactly.
There's some people they think, well, it's like the bike and ped could share the same
So
area.
you make a good
But
point.
this one is not the heavy. It's not gonna be like a really heavy bike or heavy pedestrian. So they still have a lot of space around that.
So,
they
so
fit
here's the
the
point. If you have a
traffic.
bicycle with a family, which I did, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna have one. So you have whatever parents or whatever, 3 or 4 people. Generally, somebody's gonna like on the left hand side of the top.
yes.
You're gonna have somebody pushing over a little bit to try
Yes.
to meet with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the second alternative.
There's more flexibility.
More
you have,
flexibility.
now, if somebody's coming the other way, somebody can go in.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
But
like
at
10
least you
feet
can
wide.
be with your baby, your kid.
Yeah, I
your
agree.
dealers.
I agree.
I just think for families that might be.
Oh yeah, definitely. More room. They can more
I think
wiggle
so.
room than there.
We're
They
gonna
can
get
do
the wise asses that want to ride right there. Even though you have this.
Yeah, well, that's but that's.
Either
Plus it could be-
I mean, I like
you
number
can
2.
have a little-
Yeah.
I think
It is.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I think you can tell which one we prefer.
yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh, yeah.
kind of, in school,
I'll
we
show you.
got more reds or orange.
I'm building one right
That's
now.
all.
Yeah, Red
I
is,
know you were guiding us.
yeah, yes.
Yeah,
And what-
I don't
exactly.
like
I
one.
swear it's
Don't
really
like
how we feel.
But it's less. Is it less money? Alternative two. Is it less money than more?
Technically,
I would think
I mean,
it's
it's
a little less.
a little less hardscape, but then you add in the trees.
yeah.
know.
I mean,
It'd
plus
be
or
pretty
minus.
close.
I mean, if you look at the
So that granite that you have on the side, there's no granite. Remember, you're saving all that money in granite.
Oh, there will
Actually,
be.
there will be
Still
granite,
granite.
yeah.
Actually,
But
there's,
that's-
good
yeah.
catch.
Yeah, but
both
I'm
will be
saying,
granite.
On
It's
the
just-
side,
yeah.
the top one,
Yeah,
you see the granite there.
yeah.
Yeah.
no, there
I
would-
mean, the
there would
bottom
be.
there will be granite. Yeah, there'll be a granite curving on both
So there should be,
alternatives.
you should
You'd
be
want
showing
granite.
it there.
You'd want granite anyway.
Yeah, there will be granite. Yeah, there will be granite
Oh, so you
curving.
just weren't showing it.
We just weren't
Yeah,
showing
just
it.
shown in there. Yeah, but it will be granite.
You caught us.
But it's less to the colors.
All
Yeah.
that extra asphalt. I mean, I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
I think there was a
If
little
it's
savings,
10,
perhaps.
15.
So the road is the same, the curb is the same.
Yeah, I think that'll be
5-foot
more.
sidewalk is the
So let
same.
me
Yeah.
get this right.
But
If
you've
you
got
don't-
cobble
30
and you've got extra width of asphalt.
About a mile.
Yeah,
Is it okay?
the
This
pervious
is
thing.
granite.
That's
which is
granite.
gonna be
This
here.
granite.
That's also going to
But
be granite.
this is not down. Is
Correct.
Not here.
Right.
Cobble is more money.
Right. This
Eliminates
is
the cobbles.
So this and this is not
Yeah,
here.
I think
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're
the
saving
top
money there.
the top
So-
will be cost more.
I would think so.
Yeah, because
I mean,
if you add up the impervious, it's like 20 feet.
Yes.
But bottom is like 10 feet for the shade path, and then 5
And
feet,
that's
so
all
15 feet.
and that's all asphalt.
Yeah,
That's
asphalt,
that
yeah.
walkway is some
So Samcon. I mean, right now Samcon and asphalt is not going to be a huge difference.
Okay.
In the past, yeah, definitely. If you put in concrete sidewalk, it would be a lot more cost than the asphalt now. But
I'm just thinking
Right
of
now-
biker families.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
No.
number 2 is a
yeah,
is a safe
I mean, it's
one.
more we look about is safety.
you got my
Definitely
vote.
more safety.
Totally, yeah.
I would think so.
So that's,
So this is it.
yep.
Build it. No, so
Build
Yeah, in 5 years we'll.
Yeah.
So
4
this
years
is
now.
this is what that concept looks like on the road plan. Kind of go through a few areas here. Okay, commuter rail station before and after.
Nice.
So you can see how we've included the shared use path, the green space separating the shared use path from the roadway, areas where we're able to add in green space adjacent to the sidewalk, then it kind of necks down in this area a little bit.
Yeah.
We heard about the barber shop and the importance
The
of that
one
one parking
parking
spot.
lot.
Yeah, it's got the parking bay. Yep.
It's my barber.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Okay. We have a
Sign
reserved
fee
parking
right
for
there.
Yeah,
you.
we'll have to reserve parking.
Um,
4 years.
Yeah, a gateway treatment at Rayner, that it could be raised, it doesn't have to be, it could be just a color textured pavement.
Yeah, it might be a better option to do it at Colebrook if the Raymond is going to be pretty close to the train track.
Yeah, well, oh, you mean the raised,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
really by putting one, thanks for bringing up Colebrook, so having two gateways, it kind of
Right.
creates, a setting in this area here, promoting it for redevelopment and economic vitality, hopefully. And so, yes, we could certainly put a raised table over in this direction, because we've got the four-way stop just not too far away here, right? So they're already not traveling too far entering in past Rayner versus in the eastbound direction. Maybe it might make sense to have some place to slow down motorists entering into this area.
How long is the construction? So it says July of 2030.
Yeah.
How long is the physical construction?
You mean
Two?
the
It'd be
actual
at least 2
construction?
years.
At least two.
for this
I mean,
scale, yeah.
I would say 2 to 3. I would say 3
Two and a
years.
half.
From July of 2030.
Well, I mean, July is when they put advertise the. Right now, we still kind of on. Right now, the project itself is programmed
over 2
on 2030. But as far as the actual ad date, it might be
Right.
various a little bit.
Okay.
But I would say maybe once we get the advertisement and then the actual contract with the contractor, probably another 3 months. So most likely it could be like 4, or probably like 4 of 2030.
Fall of 2030.
The start.
Yeah, probably will we start the construction.
and it's-
But usually the
it's 2 to 3
contractor will
years.
do like utility first kind of
The
stuff.
town
So
wants to
yeah.
know all this, right? Obviously, the town people want to know.
Yeah,
Beginning to end.
Oh yeah. But right now we still kind of early
33.
side to say like when will be the advertising day. And mostly right now it's kind of programmed to
And
2030.
the question we always get is, will you be closing access to my store, or will I not have
Yeah.
access to my? They have to maintain access at all times for any brief, very very brief blurbs of time where they have to do something like during a few hours during the day. Butters will be notified well in advance. So
Yeah.
no businesses will go not out of business as a result of this.
Yeah.
So.
Good, you just answered the question, because I was wondering how much disruption over that 3-year period would there be?
Yeah.
Well, and also I mean they're not
gonna be
consistently
ripping
on the
the road
same
up.
area.
Yeah.
It's kind of moving along.
It'll still be moving
So
But I
along.
mean,
it will
you'll
be.
still have full
Oh yeah, still gonna be access to.
Of course.
Yeah, everything will be access to like the residential driveway, things like that. Definitely, it will be like 24/7. But they
right,
might be
okay.
some notice you have to close the driveway.
Right, yeah.
Then they might have a notice
Yeah,
that
yeah,
don't park your
there-
car in the house on that day because they will constructing the sidewalk and stuff.
And I mean, honestly, for a project like this, unless they absolutely have to,
Yeah.
they would probably not run detour and just kind of work one side
One
at a
side
time.
at a time.
It'd be very, they got
Yeah,
the width. It's
yeah,
easy.
they got the width to just do
Right.
alter the traffic for one
Right,
side
if they
for a certain time. So
fine.
yeah.
Low bidder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
I mean,
traffic.
especially this is not like
Detour, perfect detour, up
Yeah.
Rainer, around the
Right.
rotary. Yeah.
We're going
Yeah.
right through. Shorter construction schedule.
yeah.
We're doing another tip project over in Abington that is going to have tremendous ledge removal, utility relocation, retaining walls.
Yeah, I mean, this one is just
this is like
pretty basic.
basic.
Yeah, pretty basic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just long. It's like 1 mile, but it's like the
Oh, okay.
construction itself.
With either scenario, 1 or 2, with putting the bike pass, shared use pass up at the sidewalk level, we're going to have a significant amount of drainage work because all the curb lines
yeah.
are coming in.
So
Probably a lot more than we had
The structure.
in your original scheme. You're probably close.
probably because I think
Yeah.
we're closer to the existing curb line. So, but assuming that the old trunk line is adequate to retain and we're not replacing the entire drainage system, it would be dropping in the structures in the new locations. And
Right, right. New
connecting
CBs.
that.
New CB and time to the
Right,
existing
right.
trunk line. So
So
But more, again, I mean, that's
yeah,
That's
a
the
little
cost
more.
side of it.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
and MassDOT has to pay for that.
Yeah.
They want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just
Any
something.
utility like that, utility pole you relocation,
Get all
MassDOT will pay for it. So it's not
No
something
drop
that-
inlets.
Yeah.
So
No drop in lines.
No drop inlets.
Yeah.
No what?
No drop inlets.
No drop in there.
all right. So yeah,
Gotcha.
this intersection. So converting the Pleasant Franklin intersection
Yeah.
to something similar to what we spoke about before, where we are eliminating the redundant leg over here and cutting it off, creating a single intersection, consolidating things. Fortunately, the road here is super wide. The Pleasant Street leg is very wide, so if you look real close, you can see the existing edge of road is way over here. But we're able to swing the roadway over to allow for this right turn for trucks. That's why we pushed the road that way.
Yeah.
Line it
And
with
also try to
Franklin,
line up
of
for
course, but
Franklin.
also
Okay,
allow
yeah.
those trucks to be able to make that right turn maneuver.
Yeah.
And we're able to retain the parking area that they got, actually making that small parking lot a little bit bigger, if you can believe it.
The challenge is trucks going from the bottom to take a left and go up the Pleasant Street from South Ave.
Oh, this
that
one?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're able
Yeah.
to do it. We
Yeah.
have the vehicle template, or at least so far we do.
The trucks all over, does it?
Why
So,
wouldn't it be?
very limited truck traffic coming down South Ave and taking a left on Pleasant. More
Yeah.
so coming straight across from Franklin Street and going up Pleasant,
Yeah.
or taking
But
a
then
left,
taking a
and
left
then
on-
going
Taking a
up.
left.
Yeah.
But they are
From
allowed.
Franklin to
Yeah.
South.
They're allowed. Okay, I wasn't sure. I know.
Not trucks.
Okay.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
And very limited amount of trucks coming down Pleasant and taking a right.
I was gonna say,
They go
most of
straight
them
across.
come Raynham.
Yeah.
If they're coming onto that street,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, more likely.
So with this scenario, obviously we get more green space in this area, kind of just simplifies things a little bit. There'll be kind of like a shared driveway kind of treatment to allow access for both properties.
MassDOT on board with keeping the four-way? Or
So about that, yeah, we have to go through the process of justifying it. Like it's a requirement to show why something like a roundabout doesn't work. So we've drawn some circles in there, and
Yeah, so this is this is something that
you
we're
know,
going to submit it to
between the
MassDOT
bridge and
for that.
the skewed nature of
Right.
the intersection,
Yeah.
it's just impossible. So
Yeah.
good.
it's kind of an easy
But-
thing to show.
We just have to show it to them. This is not going to work. But I mean, hopefully they buy it, and then we just go. But they're okay with this. We initially they're okay with the four-way.
Fortunately, we have the historic crash data that shows that the dramatic drop in crashes since
Yeah.
you converted it to a four-way stop. So,
And then the signal is not wrong for signal as well too.
right.
So
I can ask you a question out of curiosity versus a four-way stop or even traffic signal versus a rotary. Does Mass DOT or Mass Highway have data that shows which one is worse?
Do they ever? They're really they're pushing roundabouts.
They're pushing one of us.
You have to
go away from them.
prove every intersection why you can't. Well, the significant intersections why a roundabout won't work.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They promoting. Yeah,
They're very much pushing
Yeah.
roundabouts.
Keeps traffic moving.
Roundabouts are they are great, but there's a time and place for every treatment.
Yeah,
You know. So yes.
I know,
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
9 to 5.
just a quick note.
Sure.
So, every day, you know the high school down here, right?
Yeah.
So every day there's buses that come down here. They have to take a left. All I'm asking is that, with there's so much space there,
Yeah.
could it be up a little bit so these buses
Yeah.
this
It's
way?
very much still it.
Yeah. This is essentially a cartoon, but yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally. It's a
Because there's so much space here.
yes.
I know trucks are there and everything
Yeah.
else, but
Yeah.
could you split
There's a lot of
I
of
think it's
factors.
such an easy. Yeah. It's a real easy left.
it's the easy left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the easy
It's
left.
a- but
Yeah, I
when
see what you're
we
saying.
get to the like
Design.
the actual design, we'll have all the different vehicle templates
Yep.
that
I
we
know,
can
I know,
kind of
we're
show
talking
you.
about that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And we could even do a trial if you wanted to as well.
Yeah.
As far as mimicking
Yeah.
what's out,
I would say make that note, because this is
Yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
in Whitman Center, we did templates for the fire engine, and you guys, we measured the
Yeah.
fire
Oh,
engine.
yeah.
Ladder truck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably could do the same thing
The
in here
trial.
once you
some
lay it
test
out.
runs.
Good.
Yeah,
Yep, so have the
Yeah.
fire
It's a
good
truck
insurance
come in.
policy.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah.
And that's was way better up there for that,
Yeah.
taking a right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, a bus coming out of Franklin Street has that whole intersection, because they're on the right side of the
to be able
road,
to
side out.
Swing it, yeah. Yeah,
Same
totally.
thing with trucks, yeah.
If you got the space, 'cause if you didn't have the space, one thing, that triangle can be pushed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to give them a little extra space. That's all.
Yeah,
Because
it could
you
be,
get a car on the other lane, it could get clipped,
Yeah.
and this is every day
Yeah.
True.
during the school year. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. That's all I got.
Yeah. That's all the content.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. So I guess the next step is to kind of present this to Mass DOT and go through the process with them to hopefully let them see the light and gain their support.
Yeah, because we had a meeting with Master last time with the original concept. This what these two concepts, something that they asked us to look into.
Yes.
For the next step. So for them to look at a separate bike. So once we could we'll present them. This is our preferred for the town. So if Master is okay, then we'll move forward with the P25% submission. This is what the next step is going to be. And
So,
once we finish-
Do we have to present both 1 and 2 to MassDOT, or we can just say the town would prefer 2?
I think we got to show.
Oh, we have to show
them
both.
everything.
We need to go both. Yeah, that's why they want us to
That's
look
not
at.
a process, but
They
yeah.
always they like alternative.
Like
they always
you
want
got to
to
tell
go
the
into-
story.
Tell the story.
That's why we kind of gear it
Yeah.
to get them to see the light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
much as they're not paying for right of ways.
No, we laid that part out with them. Yeah, no, we don't
Yeah.
talk about that with them.
Yeah.
That's just
Well, it's I don't want to say a delay to the project, but it's just something that creates more
Oh yeah.
potential problems, and
resistance.
I know it's a lot better than it used
It
to
is,
be,
yeah.
but it's still
Yeah.
not great.
Right.
Why wouldn't Mass DOT go with what the town would request rather than them wanting
They don't care.
alternatives so
They
they
don't
can
care.
turn around and say, you're getting this. Forget about what you want. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They're paying for it.
Yeah, I mean they're paying for that. I think they have the right to say something too. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, and also they want to make sure we look at every single alternative too. It's not just like just one, then that's it, and yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's good. I would say it's good, but sometimes
The
it's like
process
they
is
are-
extremely
But it's
thorough.
just a pharaoh. Yeah, I mean, and, yeah.
Basically to
that's
say
why-
you covered everything
Yes.
with us.
Yeah, I
You
think
didn't just give us one scenario. All right.
I mean, they want to make sure we cover for the town as well too. It's not something presented to the town. There's only one that we think is going to be, but it might be have other options that might be better. But after we looked at it, seems like Shady Path would be the best alternative for that. So
No,
Are
agreed.
we all set funding wise, or do we have another article? I know we've
We have
talked
an
about it.
article at
Okay.
this year's town meeting.
All right.
So we're set for these gentlemen to continue their work, and then town meeting will vote another article.
Okay.
They have a proposal that is pending town meeting vote to keep it going. So the funding, we're looking good. This board is in favor of the project. The select board is in favor of the project. The town administrator is very much so in favor of the project and to keep pursuing it. So, the FinCom. So I think we have all those folks in favor of the project. So we get the town meeting hopefully. I mean, things are a little volatile right now in town as far as the budget.
Right.
But I mean, we're committed, to the project, and we're committed financially to the project. So,
Great.
at this point, I guess my question, and aside from the budget, is at what point, James, is it after you present the two scenarios to MassDOT? At what point do we have a joint meeting with the select board again, and perhaps, the general public, like, something at the town hall auditorium, like if we're gonna invite the public in to see something like that? At what point in this process do we do something like that?
I think once we get Mass DOT's
Yeah.
temperature on the
Yeah, I think
preferred,
this
then
one-
we can
yeah.
at least speak with certainty as far as this is the one that's being designed. I think once we are moving forward with the pre-25,
Yep,
do you
I would say,
agree?
yeah, probably once we get the
The
move to
pre-25%, the actual design
Yeah.
itself, that will, then I would say we simultaneously could meet with the public. As far as how you want to, like, what is the order of those? If it's one meeting, is it multiple meetings? Do you want to have, I mean, there are all sorts of things you could do from a public outreach standpoint, right? There could be, you could have the conventional public meeting where we'd go through a PowerPoint. We could do an open house where people show up when they are available for like a longer duration. You could. Do you feel like that should all take place before or after the Board of Selectmen, or so there's all sorts of
So
different.
our town meeting is in May.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of, everything else is special meetings here. We just want.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a town meeting.
No.
But do you want to have?
We would just post, hey, we're going to be up at town hall from 6 to 7 next Tuesday, and talk about the project.
Oh,
But
okay.
would it be
No
helpful to have it
appropriation has
before
be done
town
at the
meeting?
though?
It
What?
may be-
We might have to have an appropriation done at a time.
Oh yeah, we've already done that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
On
That's-
every phase here? Not every
We're
phase.
continuing with the last 3. I think the last 3 town meetings.
Yeah.
We've had articles for the funding.
Okay.
So that's what we were just saying. There's another article this year for a little bit more.
How big is that number this year?
No, he was just asking if we wanted it before.
Well, we had.
my thought. I mean,
think
is it,
last year we had the 220. I think the original this one, the number I gave you before for this one is a 240, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think we still need the signed contract from you for the last one, the 221. The one that I sent it to you. Yeah, so
I think
I
it's
have
the
to move forward
same.
with that.
Once MassDOT says, "Hey, you're okay to build this scenario," I think we just do what we do before we bring it to the select board.
yes,
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can tell them, "Here's what we're doing."
yeah.
You know,
So go to the
here-
select board first.
Yeah, I think we go to the select board
Get
first.
their blessing essentially, and then
Right.
and then go have a public workshop or a public meeting.
Yeah, I think. I mean, just pre-25, post-25, like one.
Okay.
I mean, because you guys don't want to go too far down the road.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe it's as you're starting your pre-25 design, we have something.
Yeah.
We can put flyers in the abutters. I mean, send a guy
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
the street for a
flyers,
couple
good.
hours and
Door
stuff the
hangers.
mailboxes.
Yep.
On the directly affected people and do the normal,
I like the idea of having,
social media and
I don't know if you want. You could even have like a link on your website if you wanted to as well.
Yeah, once there's some data, we
Yeah.
can do that. I mean, we did it with this, with the building here, and
Yep.
you know what I mean. We can set that up once kind of we at least have something to put up there.
Having early public outreach goes a long way. Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
especially as the process advances, we don't want anybody to feel like they were left out, and then they come in
Yep.
angry and against whatever you say. So
No, I think we, and we like flyer the houses, specifically request that someone from the school attend. Obviously, with the school there, they should definitely be involved.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There's some businesses, mostly residential. As far as I don't want to say the construction coordination with Keolis and commuter rail, but as far as like, where do they come into this? Now it's just a crossing, so it's pretty simple.
Well,
Or are we
once
just gonna
we
stay
get
away
to
from
the,
it?
once we have the like I said, the B25. Once past the B25, when you're doing the 25% submission, then we will coordinate with the MBTA because we don't know. It could be like crossing, but I don't know what happened to change to the those sensitive gates in there.
Right.
So we do have to coordinate with them early because sometimes it takes a while to get them involved with the project. Yeah,
You're right,
yeah.
because it might be
No.
different gates.
Yeah, I mean, they might be. I mean,
Multiple
in
cases
general,
like
we are
this.
not touching the track. So, but still, there are lots of more standards or things like that. They need to coordinate with them, and also
With the alignment shift.
the alignment shift in there.
Insane.
Yeah,
They recently started putting in those delineation posts, at least this south
Yeah, they
stretch. I don't know if they're doing that every week,
yeah.
but they looked weird.
Yeah. Would you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
be involved with any as far as the with like the real estate group, as far as the for the contractor to get access, does that fall with you or does that fall with MassDOT?
You mean the right of way, the easements?
The easement, sorry,
Yes.
not so much easement taking, but just
So that-
you're going to be working in there.
So like
Yeah.
construction
Their property.
oversight, that's more on.
So when it comes the whole right of way process is embedded within the submission process.
Okay.
And so with that, it's the town's responsibility to handle the engineering and the right of way. So the right of way, I will say, Mass DOT does have, especially this one guy in particular. What's his name? He's awesome.
Yeah, I mean he
really
he's kind of
he really
representing,
walks
yeah.
you through the process as far as
Yeah.
getting the easements, and it's a very structured
very
thing.
rigid,
Surprise, surprise. But the town has to get appraisals for the damages, and then you got to get a second appraisal to verify the first appraisal, and then it's a whole process.
Yeah.
Right, but that's for land takings or things. So I'm just saying.
So like afterwards, in terms of the day-to-day coordinations.
No, I'm saying that
Construction?
the MBTA usually requires like some type of MOU
Yeah.
or something
Okay.
because you're going to be encroaching on theirs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's done
MBTA you're referring to.
through
Got it.
all the
Sorry,
design. And then obviously, I understand once this construction starts, the contractor has to coordinate,
Yeah.
but that establishing that MOU or
Oh,
that,
yeah, definitely.
it's in their real estate group.
Yeah.
Because you're in their area.
Right.
Is that
Yeah, that would be
in
something
your
that
realm with your design, with conjunction with MassDOT?
I think it would be in conjunction with
we
Mass
come
Dot.
with
Okay.
construction with
I
stock.
envision that more on a legal side of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And us
Yep.
supplying them the materials that they need to
Yeah.
complete
Yeah.
those documents.
Yeah,
Because
So
that's
during the
the
design,
same
we need to
thing, that
coordinate with
takes-
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes
years.
Oh yeah, it is. Takes a long time.
Even if you're not,
This one,
like
yeah.
you said, we're not changing anything. We're not like
They
we're doing the
still
signals.
yeah.
We're not going to be
Yeah.
ripping up the track crossing.
MOUs
yeah.
do take a long time. I'm
Yeah.
dealing with one in New Bedford right now too.
So,
Yeah, that's why we're gonna start at the 25%.
Joe brought up with, a question concern. So the town has decided to take that property that's right under the South Ave sign.
If, it's an if.
Well, they have. They've
Where's the-
decided to take
The
it to
triangle
the tax title.
That property.
This-
Where it's wet?
no,
That
No,
whole-
no,
to the left, right there.
The whole
Yep.
area there.
Oh,
that
So
whole
there's
area.
a real possibility that maybe even before this project actually starts, actual construction in fall of 230, that could be purchased by a developer, and they could build apartments there, they could do
Yeah.
mixed use property, and I think it makes this project even more
Valuable, yeah.
attractive because
Oh,
now you
yeah.
have something there, and they would just tie into the back of whatever we did, but they might be there. They might even be there first.
I would anticipate any developer who saw these plans would be
Make it more
intrigued
attractive.
Oh yeah,
to move forward.
yeah. There's a train
It's a
station
selling
next
point.
door. It's a
Yeah.
selling
Yeah.
point. Yeah, definitely.
Walk down this nice
Walk down
path,
some
the
nice
sidewalk.
path in the sidewalk, and
You can
then
jump on the train.
yeah, some of the
So
train.
you just might want to make a note of that
Yeah,
when you propose it.
yeah,
That might help it along a little bit. That's
yeah.
Good point.
It's an if.
So the good part is we've already got the project approved. So that's the good part. But as far as using the shared use path alternative number 2 as a preferred alternative, it might help that case. You're right.
Sure.
Having a shared use path directly adjacent to the train station and potential big redevelopment.
Yeah. We're not saying it's going to be done, but it's a possibility.
It's probably will. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
They should.
yeah. Why
I
not?
mean,
Well,
this
they have to do
this stuff
something
there,
with
though.
that whole MBTA thing and
They got their own issues with some other
Communities.
stuff.
Yeah.
the MBTA community policies, whatever they are.
Yeah.
But you should make a note of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Definitely.
might help.
Yeah. Certainly.
Let me ask you a question out of curiosity. We were just talking last meeting about streetlights, possibly National Grid taking them over again, but that's still up in the air. But as far as these lights are concerned that would be put in, the streetlights, is that something that has to be the fancy design ones? Or can it be something that...
You
I
could
guess.
do ugly ones. I
Well,
mean,
I don't mean that.
we got those too.
Come on. What do you
No,
want
you're talking about like those.
Yeah,
I didn't mean it that way.
regular
It's like
streetlights. Yeah.
the cobra heads on the post. Yeah, you can.
Well,
You can
I
do
mean,
those
I
too.
think when we first started talking about the project,
seen the one in
you
my
guys had
backyard?
stated that MassDOT wasn't in
See
favor
one in my backyard?
of ornamental lighting, but now they've changed their tune.
Yeah.
And I like the idea
Oh,
of
they-
having
they-
ornamental, like, maybe
Oh, yeah.
from
Okay.
Franklin Street. to
It
Mercer.
pronounces it.
Come on, it's
Oh, yeah.
They
No,
they look nice.
On
Yeah.
both sides.
Can you propose them?
Yeah, but
Oh, yes,
if you
definitely.
don't have to pay for them.
Oh, we do on both sides. We do on both sides. As long as there's room there, if it's in there, we do on both sides. Yeah, yeah.
I would say maybe from this intersection
Concrete poles?
to
No.
through here.
True, yeah. However,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I
Okay,
mean.
then they
Like,
just-
like
to the
setting
boulevard.
that as
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I
if
mean,
they change their way of looking at things, then that's fine.
yeah. I mean, in the
I
past,
didn't realize they did.
Yeah.
They're
I mean, in
always
the past,
changing
they
the
only
rules on us.
they only approve for the Cobra headlight.
Right.
Yeah,
This is what they had
those-
before.
Yeah,
Before they, because most like you can see like on the major highway kind of stuff,
It's very
those are
highway-ish.
like very highway-ish. But now, recently, like last year, Master they approved for this project can be doing the ornamental street lighting. And this,
okay.
as far as style is up to the town.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, this is a town road.
do
so
you
the
have a
can-
town standard?
Yeah, I mean they will ask you if they have a standard. Would you like it? So
Well, if you
I don't
wanna
think we have
create
any.
one,
yeah, I mean,
Besides the park, right? The park is the only place we have like any type of ornamental standalone
Yeah,
lights.
so some of the newer subdivisions, they did put in lanterns, roadside lanterns, but they've been, and that's the planning board, and they've been different for each one, depending on what
Yeah.
National Grid was recommending to the developer at the time.
yeah,
So we have like, Captain Allen has a certain type of lantern in there.
Yeah.
And then, Orchard Estates off of Franklin Street has
yeah.
a little different one.
Yeah, I mean, it's all up to the town. I mean, just whichever they want to be, because you want to have something that the town has that so it'll be easier maintenance or fit for the future.
you have extra parts.
Yeah, extra parts like that you can
It's not
swap
over.
it. So I mean,
Right.
at that time when we're doing the picking up the style, we can check with the town which one do you prefer? Since you have a different development has the different one, so which one you think that will kind of fit this idea, this area, then we can just pick that one. So
I do think that MassDOT might have a
The template with the ones that they're.
a review
they prefer.
of it. Like they might
Yeah,
want to
sure.
review it unless you had a formal like, hey, this is a town of Whitman standard light, leave us
Yeah.
alone kind of thing. Like that would help.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean we just say this is a town prefer, and then they'll go with that.
One thing with MassDOT, a lot of times it depends on what the reviewer you get. I hate to
Oh
say
yeah,
it,
definitely.
but it kind of is that way, and then
Yeah.
and that can sometimes change between submissions, which keeps life interesting.
You mean they can't be chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah.
But that's Whitman.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the
Like
standard
Hershey
is.
with the
Yeah.
kiss.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to do that. You come
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But definitely this is a town
I remember
town
those
road,
lights. Those
so
are cool.
definitely there'll be a lot more less restriction. I would say more you can say on that.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a
Fine.
state highway, then people they kind of control what they have.
Oh,
But because they understand this is going to be a town maintenance in
You're
the
gonna own
future.
Yeah.
So you're gonna own
Yeah.
it, so
You
therefore
have to
more you have to
maintain it.
attach more
Maintain it.
control than is stay roll. So
And
Yeah.
sometimes through the process, you have to remind
Yeah.
them of that.
Yeah.
Just remind them, this is a town
yeah,
jurisdiction. They're going
town
to maintain
jurisdictions,
it. Oh,
and then
okay. All right,
definitely
that's
there will be in the future that, and once you get to the process later, we'll have like some kind of agreement that okay, this is once this project, the town's gonna agree to maintain it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I mean we have to like all the plant, all the trees, or the signage, those stuff. They will be you. We will receive some agreement that the town has to agree to maintain it. That's all.
Okay.
But other than that,
During the construction, obviously you guys are still involved.
So usually what happens is Mass DOT controls the construction, so they have a full-time RPR on site.
Yep.
But it's in your best interest typically to have the consultant involved to some degree because any cost overruns greater than 10% are become the responsibility of the municipality. So we want to make sure that if there's, whoever's out there from the state's perspective doesn't go hog wild with, extra
No,
things,
even-
and then the
yeah.
party goes over, it's on your dime.
RFIs and
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot
RFI,
of
things
standard
like
stuff
that.
with mass.
I mean, I believe that also the
Right.
shop.
But that would be the town would continue to pay that.
Correct.
Pay for
Yeah.
your
Yeah, we just have
construction
time and
services.
material.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
fortunately, it would be, the big expense of a full-time RPR is on them. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
good.
on
Yeah, yeah, right. No,
there's a
but
big expense,
then
yeah.
we're there to kind of babysit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
babysit,
like a
but,
monthly meeting or
Yeah,
Yeah.
monthly meeting
Keep
or
an eye
review
on
shop
things.
drawing,
Yeah,
those
shop
kind of
drawings,
stuff. Yeah,
drawings, yeah.
and then just
Make
come
sure
into
you're
the
getting
site,
what
make
you-
sure
what you
everything's
want.
good, and yeah. I mean, as far as all the pay rack, anything like that, MassDOT is
That's all
taking
them.
care of
That's
that. I
all
saw
them.
on them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the major like construction things will be on them. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Think we're good?
I think yeah, great.
yeah. So
Nice presentation.
yeah, so right now, so once that, so we will prepare like another submission to MassDOT for this two alternative, and then we just have some comment that we have to adjust from the last meeting from MassDOT for the project scoping meeting. So once they have a scheduled meeting with them, once they approve it, then we'll go to the P25, and then probably after that we can just have a board of selectmen meeting to present it. So once they approve
So
it,
you're thinking like
before
maybe
the
5-6 months to meet with select board, or?
well, I mean, let's say if the town meeting is on May, so probably we'll try to get that before that.
You're trying
So
to line
yeah, so that right now we'll be submitting. Within,
I think it would be
within a few
helpful.
months. Oh yeah, definitely, it would be helpful to
I think,
before the help
yeah, let's try to get it.
I mean, the town.
Let's just, and I want to be cognizant of their time.
Yeah.
Obviously, the closer the town meeting, their
Yeah, I
meetings
know,
and agendas
right?
get
Oh, you get tight.
busy.
very tight,
Yeah.
and not that this isn't
Yeah.
a very
No,
important
I
project
know
and
what
they
you mean.
support it,
Totally.
but they'll be meeting with FinCom and joint meetings
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
like,
so I'll-
April, May.
Yeah, so I'll try to schedule meeting with MassDOT somewhere in February.
Okay.
So hopefully they can just approve that once we approve that, then we can move forward with the concept.
Right.
Then we don't wait for the submission for the P25. We can just do
Yeah,
it
so maybe in like
at
an
the same time.
April timeframe.
Yeah, so like March, or early April, then
before
we can do that.
the
So,
crunch.
yeah. Before the crunch, yeah, definitely you don't want to be like too tight with the town meetings.
Should we take the temperature on the intersection too? Make sure as far as the that we're sticking with the four-way stop.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be part of.
Oh, yeah,
the
part of the
discussion too,
submission,
'cause
part of
the,
the
yeah,
discussion.
the critical
The
part is
cross section.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that, and
the
that
cross
one
section because they
Yeah.
want us to look at like
Right.
a mini roundabout at that little intersection. So we do have to submit it. We did look into it a little bit,
Even
but
draw
it's
a
still
peanut one.
Here's
a
your
peanut
piece.
Did you
one.
have to
Yeah.
draw the
About
peanut?
10-foot diameter.
Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be like a full. If you have to do it, it's not gonna do roundabout. It's gonna be like a mini roundabout. It's gonna be like
We can get the
multiple
traffic barrel
things,
back.
so it just doesn't make sense to do it together.
In the center,
What's that?
in the center,
Yeah.
there was a traffic barrel that a policeman stood in
Oh,
and
yeah.
the traffic
Oh,
going
that's
back
cool.
into the.
Oh wow.
And it's still in the historical museum somewhere around.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little concrete post, a
I
couple
think we
steps
had one
up.
of those. Brain
And then-
Five Corners.
He
We had
got, he
one of
got hit a
those.
few times.
Well, got hit a lot of times.
Sure
Yeah.
it did, yeah. Quite a few more times.
Yeah, I mean, I read an
Before we
article.
put the four-way stop signs, that
There
was
are lots of
terrific.
like in the future, if there's something like that with AI, it's like a robot for that. It's,
really?
it's a robot for the traffic control. Yeah, there's some place in China. This one, like a traffic island.
Yeah.
They have a robot sitting there that directing traffic instead of a human.
Okay.
How much does that cost?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Trust that.
it's gonna be
Cheaper than a
cheaper.
person,
Yeah.
Cheaper than a person.
Cheaper than a
That's
person.
probably
Yeah,
right.
and
They
also
can work
they have like
24 hours
sensor for all 360
Overtime.
degree too. So you can pretty much see all the traffic each direction. Yeah, this is what they're doing there now. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Easy.
Though.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, which kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
For real
Safety
human,
view.
they only can see one
Comes that way.
direction. For a robot, they can see everywhere.
That's
Predictive
awesome.
analysis too.
Coming
Based on
sideways.
speed.
Yeah, based on speed, they can tell
exactly
which
that.
one is the more traffic, which one's the queuing.
Wow.
They call it the
Yeah.
avocado.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a good. Well,
Quite
It
why
just
is
sounds
such a
like
big
an
apron?
advanced
So a
signal.
truck.
Oh yeah,
would
it
use
is
this.
pretty much.
You
I mean, they are
and
so
Johnson.
advanced on the robot, on the AI robot stuff. Yeah,
And there's your
Yeah.
I know. Sometimes reading the article is pretty
Like that.
Oh, they
pretty
do
impressive.
forests.
all green
I'm
infrastructure.
sure it is, yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know, all green infrastructure.
They got a vac truck.
No, they don't. They're
No?
asking
they-
us if we were interested in bidding some contracts.
So we've
for
done a
it.
lot of work in Newton, and they're big into the porous pavement. We did their parking lots and a lot of their roadways. Newtonville Center.
Yeah, the city of Boston.
Yeah.
So Boston?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Not many
Come
people
on, nice.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Where is it at?
It's really nice.
Cummins Highway.
Commons Home.
Look at that. Do
There's
you
two
know
other
that
pictures
spot?
if you want. So it's coming out of Blue Hill Ave,
Oh yeah.
going towards Hyde Park. Same thing. It's literally just a little more.
Yeah.
So full reconstruction. Full depth.
How much you say it cost?
This one we did is 25.
25 million.
I mean, this will be 30, 35.
No. What's this?
Will those drainage work?
14?
Is he
By
looking at
23rd?
that
Well,
these
15.
days?
Right now it's ordered for 15 million.
Yeah.
For Master, 15
50.
million.
Yes.
15.
What?
15.
Around that.
15.
So the
Yeah.
project in Appleton that
15.
we're doing is a roundabout.
Yeah.
That one was.
So that bike path, that's a bus stop.
I mean, they
That'd be
actually
good.
come with like
Oh my
a area, so
They did
definitely,
every
once you
side
get to
streets
the
already.
P25, we have to do like
Every
an
single
estimate
it's nice
for like
because it
the
makes it way
actual,
easier,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
more
'cause they're
detail
more
estimate.
around.
Yeah.
it
We
created.
have a more detail
Yeah.
for that, like
You know,
more.
Imagine all
Plus,
those.
what's going on the other side? They go.
Yeah.
Be good. I just.
Master's gonna pay for it anyway, so
Well,
it
yeah,
doesn't matter.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just
I mean, it just seems like it'd be,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be cheaper than.
But yeah.
I
So they
mean,
did a
yeah, I
full
mean,
road diet.
it is, the construction
Well,
price is getting
miles
The
of
more.
road was 2
4
lanes
lanes.
each
I
way.
mean, gotta be more
Yeah.
than like,
With
not
a
just
little
a
bit
of
circle,
park.
just not the
Yeah,
roundabout,
right,
a lot
right,
more.
right. That's-
think-
It's gonna be a lot more
I'm sure. I think
lane.
there was a mile.
25,
Yeah.
yeah, 25 million is,
Yeah, all with the under drain.
I mean,
Yeah.
the cost is expensive, but it's not that expensive.
Okay.
Just the roundabout itself.
Yeah.
7 on the crushed over.
No, just with the utilities.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's like-
because I'm not sure you know the in March with the Brand Rock.
Yeah.
Grand Rock.
Brand Rock, we did a mini, not a mini, like a polo, a semi roundabout,
Okay.
like a 3 lane.
Like, what are they doing there?
$1 million,
Sidewalk.
$1 million something. So I mean,
Oh
still,
man.
yeah,
He's gonna be a problem.
All right.
yeah.
Seems like
For 25 million, they can do a lot. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't know if we have
Yeah.
land takings and all
Yeah,
that.
I mean, just the construction itself. I mean, I'm not talking
Right,
about
not the
just the
legal-
We got about a
construction.
third of it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, this one is not, we are not putting a
it's
high
beneficial
retaining
to
wall
these
or anything like
roads
that.
that were
But mostly just a sidewalk, curbing, roadway, so nothing like, yeah.
People were like, oh, geez, up in
Oh,
arms.
I know.
But they realized.
Yeah, but definitely it's a good project.
Slower.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, definitely it's a huge, yeah, it's definitely just a lot more.
So,
People fly now.
Yeah.
At intersection, so it's definitely.
Hope we all get to
have
see
you ever
it.
gone to the
Mm-hmm.
center?
Oh, no.
We're presenting tomorrow on that one. That's they're doing it. There's a lot of cut through traffic cut through the square, and they've come to the conclusion that we're done. This is for the locals. This is not for cut through traffic. We're gonna take away lanes and maybe let those other cars find an alternate route. How's that for radical? So of course some are very much in favor, and then some are not. So it's like, but I know it's tough to kind of people who have strong opinions.
We want to leave
Always
the preferred
difficult.
roll plan.
For the city, yeah, I mean, the next,
Just the
the
preferred one.
big Blue Hill Ave is the next one.
Yeah.
Putting the buses in the middle with the dedicated
You
crossway.
can see how much that will be used. That'll be
Just
awesome.
paper. I mean, we have a work plan for the, we have a hard copy of the work plan for those
For the preferred
alternatives.
one.
So do you want a
Very
copy?
cool.
You want to, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one, yeah.
I have the one
Yeah,
you
we've
guys
done a
brought
few green
before, but
infrastructure.
it's a little.
Yeah, that one.
With the Central Square parking
As
spots.
long as they maintain it.
Well, that's why I think what they're
It's not for
struggling, they're building all this, and they're trying to figure out how to make it. They're asking us, you know what I mean, like, oh, you guys, you know, they're trying to put maintenance contracts.
Yeah.
The ornamental light.
Somebody's gotta take care of it.
Back it, clean it,
Yeah.
and all that.
I think we should just leave
It's a great idea.
the serious traffic one.
Yeah.
I know, again, Newton is doing a lot of that. Because they're surrounded by the Charles River, so they're cross-river.
Oh, so this is the future Let me just lift you, we can lift this to you so you can kind of see, in case you want to talk about it. So this entire board on a hard copy, so you can see better.
Oh, yeah, we've got the hard copies.
Yeah.
I'll show you these.
Let me just steal the non-preferred.
Yeah.
Let me just leave you the picture of
I
it.
can't believe you printed it.
I know.
It goes our budget for color.
Should have just done it in grayscale.
Yeah.
That's the old one. Oh, okay. This is the one we want, right?
The one on top that's staying here.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
So the one that I'm rolling out over is the.
The artwork for your wall.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Whoop.
So this is the entire corridor. This is kind of what you see on the screen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is just a blow up of the intersection. The lovely intersection. Where's that? Oh, yeah.
It's basically the same. It's the
Oh
same
yeah,
scale
just the same
and
thing.
everything.
Yeah, the same,
Yeah.
same thing, just little break.
This stone.
So
Same scale.
Small section, okay.
yeah, so yeah, I can leave this to you. So
It's all screwy too, you know.
Oh, wow, okay, there you go.
yeah, you can have. Yeah, as far as the street lighting.
No, yes.
I understand.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, as far as the street lighting.
you see how it really fixes the Crescent Street at Old South Ave intersection also with the Commercial Street intersection. This is a wacky area too, it's really big.
Oh, yeah.
And the road is really wide right here. We eliminated a crosswalk here because it was 60 feet wide. People still once in a while say, how come you don't put
Yeah, you
that
can actually
crosswalk?
see it here, like just like right behind this aircraft. There's still existing concrete now.
Yeah.
I mean, this can just all be green space. That's added
Yeah.
to the front yard. Or,
Yeah, okay, yes, okay, all right.
All right. We good?
This, yeah, I guess so. I don't.
The section that we're talking about, or
well, the lights are not shown on the road. Like,
right?
Just
yeah, they're not shown anywhere.
Yep.
From the boulevard to Franklin
Will
Street.
be from
Basically
Franklin.
from there.
Marino, okay,
See this
yeah.
picture here?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
other side, over there.
Yeah, so
No,
from-
I'm saying right here. This-
On
that- yeah.
the cross section.
Yeah, exactly.
So do street lighting on both sides of the street.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this way just show only able to show one.
I thought
just
you were
have to
talking about
be
the other end
No,
of the road.
cognizant.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be over here, right?
No, over here.
No.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When there's no utility pole. In between the utility pole.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we can do it in between.
Oh yeah, do between the utility pole.
And then pushing that triangle a little bit for the buses. Is that-
This one, yeah. So this one, when we
Yeah,
go,
it
when we
depends
look
on
at
the
it,
Here is the
vehicle
same as
templates
that
will
one.
Yeah.
draw out. and
But at
then-
least
Oh,
that's
wow.
in the past. Just
Of course. Yeah.
oh yes,
Oh, I
oh
see
yeah.
what it's got.
I mean, we can push back a little bit here and then just push it across. Yeah. Say it again.
I'm just trying to figure out which one we're going with the grass strip, or is it with the,
Depends
So
on,
it's-
it
it's-
depends on where we have the width.
So this
Oh,
one
okay.
is at the residential area. This cross section is represented with the residential,
There's a little
which
bit
is
more
from Franklin to the Plymouth Street.
okay.
And this cross section is pretty much from Franklin to the town center.
Oh, okay, oh, so they, okay.
Two separate ones, yeah. Because
slightly
this one's
different.
slightly different.
Right,
So-
yeah, I see
So
that, yeah.
we keep the grass strip up to about here, and then it stops, and then we lose the grass strip right along.
Oh,
here.
okay, and that's
Yeah.
So
all
it's really,
that.
it's really,
Yeah.
it's really just from here
Because
to
we have
there.
more wide away. We have more wide away on this section. That's why I can afford that.
All right.
And the reason this too is on this section of the road, the existing utility poles on this side.
The road heading that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that the existing
I
utility
see,
poles
I
on
see
this
what you're
side?
saying, yeah.
Yeah, on this side. There's the utility poles on this side. It's the existing.
On here.
Right.
But on the downtown side, the existing utility poles swap it to the
Pedestrian and
MBTA side.
you know.
Oh,
That's why.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why you
for the
see the
bike
two
ride,
poles, one on one
yeah.
side, one on the other side.
Right.
And so that's why we have more room to put the trees on this side. Because Mascot doesn't like trees underneath underneath the utility pole.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it's possible. So
And it
that's
allows the road to be a little bit
more room, put trees in here,
Right.
and then the utility pole will be along the grass strip.
On that grass strip there, okay, yeah.
And versus the other side, or the downtown side, the utility pole and the street light will be on
here,
this
you know,
side.
if we want to do a raised street.
Oh,
right
okay,
across
oh,
it, we can
okay,
do
all
that.
And
right.
then this one will be, the street light will be just on the
Raised
or this
table.
sidewalk.
Gotcha.
No, raised.
Yeah, so it'll be on both
intersection.
sides.
So the raised table intersection with the whole intersection is elevated.
Yeah, and then we'll have a lighting designer to like lay it out, so the lighting will be, the spacing for the lighting will be even.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Is that?
No,
It's supposed to be It's pond friendly.
Yeah,
you know.
it is pond friendly.
Yeah, it's not like it's
not a speed
bump.
There's a water.
Are you showing me actual?
Correct. You would need to make sure that there's no puddles here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's say the wall is like that, so
Yeah,
we'll put the catch basin
Yeah.
On the high side of the road.
No,
that's all I
and
got.
not just at this area. I mean, once we lock down the alternative, we will definitely look into the drainage design because
Oh, totally.
yeah. I mean, given how the alignment changed to the road, like we will have to look at everything, everywhere, anyways.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So this is ours, right?
That's
move
all
on.
yeah.
Yes, this is your wallpaper.
If you want it.
Well,
We can put it
Yeah, just put it there. It'll be nice and it'll be nice and wallpaper.
Right behind Bruce, right under the clock, yeah, with that bright light there, yeah.
Yes.
We're supposed to put
Oh right.
a raised
New wallpaper.
tactile strip, raised that was 12 inches wide,
Right at
and
the
3/4 inch high, like a little speed bump.
Ooh. Tripping hazard? Yeah. That sounds like a tripping hazard.
Yeah.
ADA eliminated them.
Yeah.
The planners.
I'm
all
surprised
welcome
I'm surprised I would have thought it would have at least been perfectly
Well,
flush.
the argument against they wanted the raise for a cane.
Yeah, but they got
Do have
the
Yeah.
truncated
Yeah.
domes. Yeah.
That's the only thing that's not
Yeah.
on it
They
as
had
far
that
as
the
the,
entire.
Wow.
And then it's like
The
a
company that sold them, they
Take
showed
copies.
pictures like in Arizona.
no, I
yeah.
Like a shared use
Okay.
path.
I
going
got
on.
it.
Sauna, yeah, but yeah.
I got a stack like this.
No.
over
Probably
there.
They
leave
would've
one
been
here.
paying with something
Nice.
too heavy.
I don't think
Yeah.
that would be, I don't think.
Inch and a half.
Leave one
thick.
for them.
So they actually
Yeah.
installed
Got
them.
it.
They had to rip them out.
We
We
get-
installed
should
a few
get
as
full
tests and everything.
These big
Oh,
mouse things.
at least you didn't go
We
too
need a
far with
real-
it.
No, I was
gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, yeah, no, I would
I hate
not
city
want to.
doesn't use it because they
Yeah,
have
that's
labs.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Put $100,000.
Here we go.
So we had a
But
provision.
Say-
But you cut.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Oh, no, I had a
Ask
couple
me
of
something.
spots behind you.
I would
They're doing,
Nice, right, yeah.
we're doing the inlays,
Yeah.
not the thermal.
Okay, so he's right there.
asphalt, the colored asphalt.
Yeah, the cross section looks like.
Yes.
You guys should have on the bike path.
Yeah.
I mean, here, DPW.
Yes, yeah.
They gotta get flags.
What ornamental payments?
Oh, I
you
know
guys
what it
doing?
is. No, for
You
look,
doing
that's
any
the
ornamental?
It's not on.
Oh, I thought you meant
Do
just.
you remember, there
No,
used
no,
to
no.
be
For
imprint,
lowering the
remember
flag
imprint,
and
it was a
raise the
Marino
flag.
Yep.
When
product?
it's at half
Yep.
staff.
We did a little bit of
It's not
imprint.
on
We
here.
did a bunch of that, but I think he changed his product.
We used to do a lot of exposed
Actually, you have it here in town.
Yeah.
Didn't we do it right here in Whitman?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
It
I
is.
was- I was-
Yeah.
Son went to
Yeah.
Scouts.
It's an old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington, yeah.
He knows, he should know even more.
Oh, he definitely
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah, it's a Monty.
Yeah, Penalty does all that.
Yeah.
To go on the trip.
That's what we're doing on the bike path, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got him into the White
Well,
House.
you
Those last.
Yep.
You're the couple. And I wasn't even.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
White House.
I got all the stuff
What's
into
the
the White
real
House.
thin one that they got now?
And they didn't.
See,
I mean, they keep changing the name and all.
Marino keeps
No, the guy
trying to
was
sell it
showing
to us.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, just
all
like-
right, show it. I keep telling
that's right,
you.
he's the
There
only
is a
one
thing.
who does it.
Show me where it's been in for 10 years. And then it's like,
Exactly, John.
it's not going to be a guinea pig.
He's a chaperone. But again,
All right.
so
We're gonna finish our meeting.
Oh, God, sorry.
No, sorry, no,
that's
sorry.
So that's why, that's why I counted it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
I would have loved to.
Oh, okay, this is for us.
I got all the tickets from the state.
Don't forget all your papers underneath there.
Oh, there it is. I was going to say,
That's what we do. We have that, everything's in there.
We'll be back tomorrow. You got everything?
I think it might be right.
One of your papers. Oh, yep, that's the agenda.
That's, yeah, that's.
All right.
It's all hiding in here.
All right. Okay, here we go. We'll do it quick. All right. I'm gonna,
Have a good night.
Are we ready? Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm gonna skip to new business real quick. Just first off, we just need to sign these.
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's just,
Chapter
the
90.
final step so the town can get
Thank you,
reimbursed.
gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, this paper's messing me up.
Too good.
Yeah.
Too nice.
Once they sign that, send those in.
So, just real quick, a new business, and then we'll do some quick stuff with the supers. I forwarded everybody a request from the Open Space
You did?
Steering Committee.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're looking for a volunteer from the Public Works. So this is a committee that was resurrected, the Open Space Recreation Plan. They have a 10-year plan. a lot of stuff that we just talked about with bike lanes and green space and things like that. I think it's important that a representative from the Public Works is on that committee. You know, if it's green space in town, then it, I don't want to say falls under our jurisdiction, but it most likely would in most cases, you know, or at least they might be looking for our input. You know, and then, you know, whatever, who maintains it if they build something or make another park or make a trail or, you know, all those things. So I think it's important that, you know, the Public Works. So I'm looking for volunteers, whether it's an employee, someone who lives in town that may want to do it. Doesn't have to be a commissioner, doesn't have to be a superintendent. You know, I had some thoughts, you know, this is not a short-term thing. Now, it doesn't say the person's not going to have to be on the board for 10 years, but, you know, I don't, you know, and out of respect for their committee, I don't want to every 3 months saying, oh, yeah, Bob doesn't want to do it anymore. Sorry, not Bob. I just pulled that name. Bill doesn't want to do it anymore, so now you got Joe. And then 2 months later, well, Joe doesn't want to do it anymore. Now you got Sam. You know what I mean? I want to have someone that at least, you know, can do a representative term. You know what I mean? It's nothing, I don't even know if it's appointed. I'm not even sure how you get on the committee. I guess it probably have to be appointed, but so I'm looking for some feedback.
Nominate Ken Boyella.
Don't make Mark. Not gonna happen.
Bruce,
Yeah,
Bruce, you're already on the board.
The guy's not here.
Yeah, so,
Bruce is already on the
so
committee.
I think the reason why Ed's, you know,
Everyone that.
truthfully, brutally honest, I think why Ed's asking, because I'm on that committee.
Yep.
But I didn't attend any after-hour meetings. Like, when he first asked me if I wanted to do it, I said, yeah, because it was involving town property, things that, like, directly kind of relate to us, and, you know, especially the park division of the DPW. So I think maybe the reason why they asked was because he was looking maybe for me to attend, or somebody who was going to attend more of the after-hour meetings, which, you know, if the board wants me to do that, I'll do that. I mean, to me, it's a little different than volunteering if I'm, you know, but if that's the part of my job, I'll do it. And, you know, I had a lot of correspondence with that group when they were out doing their study and everything, and mostly phone conversations and emails, not necessarily like if they were meeting at 7 o'clock on a Thursday night. But
I asked Ed what the lift would be. You know, he said there's probably monthly meetings, and you know, I don't want to put words in his mouth. It didn't sound like a huge involvement, but they didn't want just someone sitting at the table. They wanted someone that would at least give some input and be part of the committee, and then obviously then bring things back, you know, to this board and superintendents and departments if, you know, whatever, they created this trail and maybe they need something, or, you know, guidance on, you know, some of the other, you know, park spaces or something. So I'd like it, at least ask the guys, at least the ones that live in Whitman. I can't expect someone.
I'd volunteer to be an alternate if you couldn't make a night meeting.
yeah, I think it's
I think it's all about, in the future, your day-to-day operations.
yeah.
What our involvement would be going forward with whatever open space gets developed and how it's used.
And I think somebody from, like, you know, when we were having conversations while they were doing their initial big study and everything, I think it was helpful that I knew a lot of the places that they were going to look at, like the railroad, we call the turtle tracks, the town forest, Camp Alice Cotton, the place, the peat pit off of Pine Street, like being in Whitman, and Bob knows all these places too. We know all those places, and so I mean, I'll do it. I mean,
Yeah,
if the other people want to, if somebody else, you know, wants to get involved, or Bob wants to be, that's fine too, you know. But I don't. I kind of look at it as part of my job, so you know, like
Well, yeah, I think, and thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that, and thank you, Bob. You know what I mean? I can let him know that. I guess, I'm not sure they're really sure what happens now. I mean, they have their plan. The plan is very robust. It's 150 pages. I skimmed it,
I highlighted some parts that might involve us in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of just facts and figures and history, and it's a very well put together report. And they have their, they got some 1 to 3 year goals and some 5 to 7 year goals and some 7 to 10 year goals. So, I think they have a good start. I thank you guys for volunteering. But I think, my hope was, again, someone from the department that, is interested in that, but also, can bring the information back to us. So I will pass that along to Ed. And, I think it's all good. You know what I mean? That they're trying to, even read that report, I'm like, oh, there's something back there. Oh, I've gone by that. I didn't realize that, and maybe it does open some of the space. And I think people like that. You know what I mean? So, thank you. So, all right. Operational updates.
When to be out? We've had some quite a few small salting operations. We started out with a full shed and we were down to empty pretty much. And so as you can see, we've ordered 300 to about 500 ton, and going on 6, I ordered another 100. So 600 tons of salt. We've essentially gone through because we were down to empty, and when we get the 3 more loads, they'll fill that back up again. So these small snizzly storms use more salt than if you get 15 inches at once. 15 inches once, you salt it, plow it, and salt it, and go home.
Yeah.
3 inches, it takes 12 hours to get the 3 inches.
Oh, yeah.
We're salting it 3-4 times.
Then when you get the shit like rain and then it freezes overnight, you back out again.
We were here New Year's Day from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. for 3 inches, 3 inches of snow maybe, max. And then, a couple days later, it's like gone.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to bring up to the board quickly was the plaque. So the plaque is here, that's in that woody crate. I just want to confirm, so if they're going to install it inside the building, I can schedule that. It's about $800 to have it professionally installed, which I think we really need to have. It's a heavy thing. I don't want to have be winging it. And so if it's going inside the building where we initially thought, and we can take a quick look, or if you're fine with that, then the initial idea then, or if it's going outside the building, they suggest we wait to the spring for the certain different epoxies and stuff that they might use. So
the advantage of inside, it's out of the weather, lasts longer, looks better. People come in the lobby anyways.
Yeah.
And so it was going to be in the middle? Is that what you were going to
Yeah,
in
the foyer, right?
in the foyer where the fire escape plan is.
Okay,
We could move the fire escape plan just over, 5 feet. If the board is still on board with that, then I'll schedule that.
Yeah.
We're waiting on, we are moving forward with putting the flooring out here where the rug is getting ruined. So that's
the strip.
So I scheduled that with the flooring guy. Come down and get a couple of prices off the people. So that should be
Going all the way to the microwave area?
Yes, all the way to the back entrance near those back hallways.
Restrooms? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And, had a couple issues with some warranty issues with the building. Kevin's aware of, we had some leakage in the wash bay. Literally water going from inside the building to outside the building. So the fix is they're going to actually install a wall, like a secondary wall inside that covers that space, and prevents the water from splashing onto the beams. And they came down and put caulking along the edge for now for a temporary fix, and they're going to do the wall. So some issues with the lift, and on several occasions still ongoing. We've had them coming out, so we're staying on top of that.
Bruce, in the back where the trucks get sprayed, wasn't there a question of putting some type of flap down?
So we did, so that's not a, that's not a warranty issue, but yes, I purchased, some plastic slats that you would hang.
Right.
You see at some garages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so we're gonna install those, I just have to get a whole nother row because we wanna go up a little higher, so, yeah, we're gonna do that, install ourselves, just to keep some of the water and
Sure.
moisture from coming into the other garage.
Yeah.
Gotta ask you, Bruce, what we were talking about, or I mentioned streetlights to these guys from Tips. What's happening with National Grid as far as any progress on when they're gonna take over, whether they're gonna take over or not, the streetlights, change them over?
So I was told it was a done deal, and
Oh.
we just have to have some paperwork done, an agreement or something signed with the select board. But I was told that they would be doing that this spring. I haven't had any additional correspondence with National Grid since we talked about it at our last meeting.
The selectmen won't be signing until the spring, or the National
The
Grid? won't?
National Grid said they would plan on making a swap over
In the spring.
Right, in the spring, but, I mean, what's with the selectmen? Have they given the okay or not?
Oh, I haven't talked to the select board, I'm talking to Mary Beth.
Oh, okay.
100%
On board?
It's just-
Oh, okay. Good.
I don't even think, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. But the child, place everything on them, their expense. Nice, all right.
Dave, what do you got? You good?
So we had some issues through the holidays, Christmas Day, the guys got called up to Commercial Street. We had issues with one of the pumps. We had a water break on the Sunday before New Year's. Then we had another leak on the Tuesday before New Year's. So we were kind of busy before the holidays, but we made it through. We're still working, doing our asset management grant. We stopped through the holidays. We're going to start continuing next week with the GIS and the sewer. Seeing what we need to upgrade the sewer stations and stuff. I've been working on, with the board approved for the Rebactor, I have been looking into, I've called a couple companies to see what their brands and stuff, so I'm working on that. Working on the backup generators for the two main stations. I got some quotes and stuff for that. What else am I working on? So I started working on the water meter. We're like 7 years into the water meters for the battery life.
Wow.
We're gonna have to look to start replacing them within the next 5 years or so. Again, but I'm looking into talking to different vendors to see, do we stay with Master Meter or do we go somewhere else? I'm trying to see what we can do. It looks like we might end up staying with Master Meter because it's easier to change the register than the whole meter again. And I want to go to a fixed network instead of the drive-by. That way we could probably do quarterly billing instead of twice a year. But I know we kind of looked into the fixed network before, but I know like on the east side of town, there's not a lot of towers, but we have towers more to the west. One of the vendors came up with where they have cellular now, maybe you could do half the town cellular, half the town fixed and stuff. So this is just stuff I'm looking into over the next few years or
So the battery life is only 10, 12 years?
Yeah, up to about 15 years.
Really?
Have all the meters in the town been changed?
Just about. We've been really working on that. I gotta say we're down to like less than 600.
Okay.
But I'd say a bunch of them too are larger meters, which are schools,
Oh, okay.
businesses.
Right, which
Which we might not end up changing, but they're easy to get into to read the meter.
Right.
It's not like,
Yeah.
It's not an issue.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so really that's what we're getting into.
Let me ask you a question. The water break on Auburn Street, was that the same one that they had back just before Christmas, a couple of years ago or something other? Is that
No.
the same place?
No.
Oh, it's not, okay.
Nope.
I thought it
something
was.
different.
That was closer to your house, the first one you're talking about.
This one, yeah, the one that just happened now. The other one I thought was in the same
going
place.
back towards Washington Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not East Bridgewater,
Oh,
Yeah.
the hole in the back
the
here.
big one.
Okay. Anything else? Next meeting will be the 11th, right?
Yep.
February 11th.
February 11th, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Yep. Sounds good.
And you're away.
Make a motion, we adjourn then.
Seconded.
There you go. You got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.